Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Venus Insights. I just want to thank everybody so much for subscribing, liking, and commenting on my videos. It really does mean so much to me. Okay, so today's reading is going to be for divine masculines and feminines who are in twin flame or divine soulmate connections. Okay, it is going to be general, so it might not resonate for all of you. You can get a personal reading. I am available. All the information is in the description box. And what else did I want to say? I think that's about it. So we're going to see what is going on with the masculines, the feminines, as well as what is coming up. So we're starting with just a couple of general themed oracle cards, and then we're going to get into the specifics with the tarot. So let's see what is going on with the masculines currently. Okay, we have individuality. Let's see what else. Let me just give a quick shuffle here. So I feel like they're really pulling away from external influences is what I'm getting here, whether that be social conditioning, just pressure from society, their friends, their family, karmic partner, just really becoming more independent, finding their true self here. We have family. Let's see what else. Release. Isn't this exactly what I just said? See anything else? Okay, and balancing the scales. Okay, wow. So there's definitely some release going on here. And I do feel that it has to do with family. And it could be, you know, just belief systems that have been instilled in them, like, you know, very, very deeply from their childhood. So, I mean, for some of them, it definitely could be releasing also, you know, just obstacles if they have a karmic partner or they have a family, releasing those obstacles and just really becoming more independent, finding their own self outside of that, like not really conforming to the group is what I'm really picking up on here. And in that way, they're balancing the scales, balancing themselves out, finding their own balance rather than, you know, only being affected and influenced and functioning by external forces. It's like now they're also going to be functioning from their own individuality as well. So this is very, very interesting here. So let's see. Let's get into the details for what these masculines, what their general energy is, what they're thinking, what they're feeling. Later, of course, we will see where they're heading and what is coming up in the near future. Okay. So let's see. We have the Hanging Man in reverse. Yes, please. Okay, so the Knight of Wands in reverse and the Devil. So this is in their general energy. So there's still, there's still that attachment, but this is what they are trying to move forward from. It's like in the past, you know, they were really stuck. They were hanging. It's like their legs were tied to this conditioning, to whatever it is that is holding them back. And it could even be, you know, this conditioning could even have been affecting, you know, the way they think, the way they behave, the way they think they should be. And now it's like they're in that process of trying to come out of that. But that attachment is still there, so it's not 100%. And we do have the Knight of Wands in reverse also. We are going to clarify as needed. But it's kind of like, you know, it's like, oh, how do I explain this? It's like they're seeing it, right? They're seeing it with this Hanged Man being in reverse here. They're seeing how their legs have been tied. because of this conditioning. And they're seeing that external influence on them. But there's something here that is still blocking them from really unchaining themselves from it, which is this devil's energy, which I still feel is, you know, whatever this external influence is. And that's okay, because this is part of the process, right? So Spirit is saying that they're in this energy, but they are in the process of releasing that. Okay, so it's kind of like just like a confirmation. And the reason why I say it's okay is because here's how I'm seeing it. It's almost as if I'm being shown like a thread that has knots, right? So the masculine is moving along this thread, encounters a knot, and has to untie it, has to loosen that knot in order to continue on the path. And so the masculine does that, and once they untie that knot and are moving forward, you can feel them moving forward. You feel that progress, and that's why when we do the readings and there's like so much progress, they're in that straight line without knots. But then they encounter another knot, and they just keep going on in that way. But they, you know, it's okay that they're finding those knots along the way, because that is the wounds that are in them that need to come up to be healed in order for them to be able to continue and get to the point of union with you, or to the point where they have had union with their own self in order to be able to come forward to you and be healed, at least to the extent that needs to be healed in order for this union to be successful. Okay, so let's see what's going on in their headspace. We have the Eight of Cups in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, so it feels like at the moment it's kind of like they're at a little standstill, but it's not that they're stuck exactly. They're not stuck. They're untying that knot, and that's why it feels like they might be stuck from your perspective. And the Two of Cups, yeah, see, it's like the cards are like the words coming out of my mouth. They can't move away from you, right? So they're not moving away from you, yet they're also not moving forward towards you at the moment. Why? Because they have that little, it's like a, what do you call it? Like when you're driving, you have a road trip and then you have like a break where you stop, you know, like a bathroom break. It's like that. Except they need, or you have, actually a better example would be, you know, they have a flat tire and they're gonna fix the flat tire and then be on their way again. That's exactly the same thing as what I was saying before with the thread and the knot. So it feels like that's why they're not, it seems like they're not really moving forward at the moment. But look at this, they have that Two of Cups in their minds. They're thinking about this. You are on their minds. They're thinking about you. They want this love. They want it. But this is also right under the Devil. So there is a little bit of a fear here concerning this connection with you. Because in order to have that connection with you, they know they have to release this Devil's energy. And for whatever reason, that is scary to them. And for each of them, it's going to be for different reasons. I know there was something else I was going to say about the Eight of Cups, but it just escaped my mind. That's okay. Let's see what's going on in their emotional space. What is going on for them emotionally, please? Okay. We have Death, the Ten of Wands in reverse, and the Knight of Swords in reverse. I can't remember which one came out first, but I'm seeing the Knight of Swords as being in the middle. Okay, so emotionally they're having a transformation here with Death. Just like I said, it's just going along very well with this release. And I really truly feel it's the release of this Devil's energy. It's the release of whatever was keeping them from their independence, from their individuality, from being their authentic self, because of the external influences and programming and conditioning. And so emotionally, at the moment, it's like they're feeling actually a death of a part of their ego. There's a death of a part of them, because it used to be that a major part of them was conforming to their, societal beliefs, to their own belief systems, which were molded by society, by their parents, by their family, by relatives, by their culture, whatever. And so emotionally, they're feeling that interference here. That transformation in themselves, becoming more authentic. And they're feeling a little bit chaotic about it, which is why we have the Knight of Swords in reverse here. It's not an easy thing to undergo. It's definitely not easy, and it can cause a whole lot of fluctuations in the emotional space, and I feel like that's exactly what is going on. However, they do want to release this pressure that they're feeling here. So I know this isn't much about their feelings towards you, but this is what wanted to come through. Apparently this is what Spirit deems to be more important as a message at the moment, because ultimately this is related to you. And we do have you here, okay, with the Two of Cups, that this is how they're seeing you. This is what they want. They want that connection with their divine feminines. It's just a matter of them really allowing themselves to transform in this way so that they can move forward. And that is part of them untying that knot that's on their path, as I said. So let's clarify some of these. So let's clarify the Devil. The King of Cups. Yeah, see, they're a little bit afraid of their own emotions here. The Six of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Swords in reverse. Yeah, see, so it's like they're torn, It's like they have this, how can I say it? It's like on the one hand, they want this, right? They want this connection with you so bad. It's on their minds, or thinking about it. They feel like this is their true Two of Cups. This is their true happiness here. However, in order to get to that, they have to release the Devil. And releasing that Devil is not easy for them. It's causing them, like I said, a lot of emotional turmoil. And so because of that, they're afraid of moving away from that Devil, because it's what they have always known. And moving away from that Devil means that their emotions are going to get all unsettled, because it's something new, it's something different, it's something scary. And so it's like they're torn between the two, is what I'm getting here. And I feel like it's like unbearable for them, and that's why we have the Ten of Wands here in reverse, because it has been so burdensome on them. And they really just want to let that go. They want this pressure to come off of their shoulders, and it's almost as if they don't know how to do that. Like, do I remove this weight from my shoulders by just staying put where I am in this Devil's energy and just forget about this Two of Cups? Or do I just, go full speed ahead and move towards it? So it's kind of like that's where they are right now. That's the knot that they need to untie on their path. Let's see what else. Let's clarify the Eight of Cups in reverse, because, like I said, there was something I wanted to say with that, and then it escaped me. So let's see what we're going to get here. We have the Nine of Wands and the Sun. Yeah. So they can't move away from you, because it just... and that's the thing. That's the other thing that's making it so difficult, is the fact that they can't leave you behind. The fact that they can't leave you behind, but they're also scared to leave behind the devil, but it's going to have to be one or the other. And they're seeing this as something that is very challenging, and that's what the challenge is here, right? How much, do I believe that this is going to bring me happiness in order for it to be worth the challenge of releasing this devil and pushing forward towards this Two of Cups? And it is, we have the Sun here. This is how they're seeing this. And it's like, again, I'm seeing that those two opposing forces, the challenge, but how awesome am I going to feel once I'm there? All right, let's clarify death. The Queen of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. Okay, so yeah, this transformation is all about their emotions. And I love how the transformation, this Death card, is in their emotional space. And it's all about how can they transform these emotions of fear? These emotions of, can I release this? Can I move away? What is it, moving away from this devil in order to have this Queen of Cups and this Page of Cups, to have a new start in love with my Divine Feminine. I'm kind of seeing, I'm seeing that the message here is that their emotions are actually stronger at the moment than their headspace, which fear is going to be in the headspace, right? So it's like feeling hard, it's feeling like a lot of a challenge, but it is ultimately forward movement. Okay, so before we get into the future energies, let's see what is going on with the feminines. Oh, let me get some oracle cards first. So what's going on with the feminines? Ooh, we have love. Love, yeah. Sometimes you can suppress that love because you feel like it helps you to detach. But it's always there. It's always there. You can try to suppress it all you want, but it's always going to be there. If this is a divine connection, you're always going to feel that pull towards this person. You're always going to feel that love. And it goes both ways, okay? It really does. So let's see. More. Okay, so we have inner child, pride and ego. Actually, pride and ego was first, inner child, and divine masculine. See, so they're here. They're in your space. They're in your energy. They're in your thinking. They're in your emotions. They're just all over you right now. And I do feel that that's because they too are thinking about you so much currently. So the message here with pride and ego, and inner child, and just all of this, I feel is pretty much what I was saying right before the card flew out. That there are times where you might suppress this love in order to detach, in order to move forward, and it's really stemming from your ego as a way of self-protection. So the message here is, yeah, and that stems from childhood wounds, ultimately, because you may have been abandoned in the past and now you feel that wound being reopened. And so in order to protect yourself, you convince yourself that, you know what, no, I don't want this, no, I'm done, that's it, I don't want this anymore. And that's ultimately your ego. So the message here for the feminines that this might be resonating with is that accept that love first, right? It's okay to go through that phase of where the ego's taking over to protect you, for you to begin the detachment process, because yeah, that can work. That can help to begin that process. But then you get to a point where you might feel like you're kind of stuck, just like the masculine, like I said, has that knot that they need to untie. I feel like it's the same with the feminines in their detachment process. So they're detaching, they're feeling great, they're moving forward, they're, you know, all feeling like the empress, and then it's like, ooh, plateau. Now, why am I not detaching anymore? Why do I feel like I'm stuck now and I'm not moving forward? I'm still, you know, and that's why. It's because a part of that was being done by your ego, so it's not authentic. And so the way around that, and the way for you to untie your little knot on your road, is by accepting the love. Accepting the fact that you feel this love, and then allow yourself to move forward. That's going to untie the knot and help you to move forward, so that you can detach in a way where it will be from your soul, and that from learning, from having learned and having grown and having evolved, rather than it being from your ego. Interesting messages coming through today. Okay, so let's see. Okay, that was just a few too many, so I'm going to take these two back. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse, the High Priestess, and the Two of Wands in reverse. Yeah, so right now, you're feeling that your masculine is kind of stuck, not moving forward, not doing, you know, what they should be doing. And I feel like these are just kind of like your assumptions. You're just not seeing. You're not seeing what is really going on here with the High Priestess. It's kind of like you're trying to think intuitively, but I still feel like it's almost as if your intuition is telling you this, but you don't want to believe it. Your intuition is telling you that love is real, that love is really there, that this is real, and you're like, no, 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 this DN is the King of Pentacles in reverse. Like, they're never coming forward. The Two of Wands in reverse. Like, they're just never going to make a decision. They're never going to, you know, make a choice. They're never going to get out of this stuckness. They're never going to come out of this crossroads. They're just going to stay there, just thinking, contemplating, trying to decide. So I feel like this energy here is concerning what you're feeling from your Divine Masculine. And it's only normal that you would think that, because, like I said, they're at a knot right now. So let's see your headspace. And you know, like, again, it's okay. It's okay to think that, or to feel that way, because, yeah, for a lot of them, they're not moving at the moment. So, and you got to do your own thing, right? Okay, look again. The Emperor in reverse. The Page of Wands together with the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is in reverse. Else. And the Eight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so you have definitely felt trapped in this, okay? You have felt trapped in this because you felt like you couldn't move forward, that you couldn't detach yourself from this. But now you're just really, you're really driven to move out of this conflict that you've had with yourself concerning this connection. You're just like really like, no, my masculine is the Emperor in reverse, the King of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like it's the same message here. And so you, because of that, you want to come out of this conflict. You can't take that feeling of, or having those thoughts where you feel like you're trapped. And like I said, again, I feel like it's like a little, speed bump for you here. But you will push through it. You will push through it as soon as you accept how you truly feel. So that's the whole point, to be like, yeah, you know what, I do love my masculine. That love is there. I would have wanted this to work, but I'm still willing to let it go. I'm still willing to move forward and detach, even though I admit this love, and that I know that love is there on both sides. So the Three of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and Justice in reverse for how you're feeling. Yeah. You're definitely feeling that challenge here. Nine of Wands, right? We had the Nine of Wands in their space as well here. It's like emotionally, when you think about the future, emotionally you feel like it just feels like a mountain. It just feels like this journey is so hard, and that you feel like so mistreated. You feel like it's just not fair. Like, it's like you've put in all this work. You are detaching, you are trying to move forward. You have tried to work on yourself to the point where, you're in this Nine of Wands. Like, you're so exhausted. You are, and then it's like, yeah, but where are the results? And so that's why you have come to this point where you're like, nope, they're not changing. They're just going to be stuck there. And so I am moving forward. Now, of course, there are going to be some of you, or those of you who do still believe that your masculine is coming forward. And I think that actually, even those of you that this is resonating with, there's a part of you that does still believe that to some extent. Okay, because that's also coming through here with this Nine of Wands actually, and the Three of Wands. But it's more like you've been trying to convince yourself that it's not, just to make it easier on yourself. And yeah, that's okay, but just being aware of what exactly is going on in your mind and in your heart, that is what's ultimately going to help to free you from feeling trapped in all of this. Seeing the truth of yourself. Okay, so what do we want to clarify here? Do we want to clarify anything? I don't feel like we do. I feel like everything is pretty straightforward, actually. So let's move on to the near future energies. So let me just do a quick shuffle. Okay, so what is coming up for the masculines in the near future, please? So that would be about a week or two. Since I do these readings like almost every week, we have the Four of Swords in reverse. We have the Five of Cups in reverse and the Two of Wands. So if you guys can see them here. Okay, so this is actually kind of interesting. So it's like they're going to be a little bit, I'm getting like a little bit restlessness here. It's kind of like with this Five of Cups that they are trying to come out of, it feels like they feel some kind of regret. And I was actually picking that up when I was shuffling the cards earlier. It's like they're feeling some sort of a regret for the way that they have been allowing themselves to conform. Because they can feel that they're not being their authentic self, right? With that individuality. And that this is all external influences. And so it's kind of like they've had that regret. And so coming up in the near future, it's like they're going to be a little bit restless because of this, just really facing that fact and really standing here, like I'm seeing this Two of Wands as a crossroads, saying, okay, individuality on the one side, conformity on the other side, and really having that right in front of their face and having to move past that regret. And that's what I see them doing here. Kind of like accepting the fact that, you know what, it's okay. It's okay that, you know, this is how I was brought up, that this is what my beliefs are. It's okay, but it's still going to cause them to be a little bit restless because, well, they just don't really like the fact that, you know, they feel like they haven't really, that they've been so influenced by others. And that it's almost like they're allowing others to control their lives rather than them taking control here with the Two of Wands. So let's actually see what else. Let's get another 3. So the Six of Wands in reverse, the Five of Wands. Yeah, so this is all about that external influence. This is all about that need that they had to be admired or to conform with others. And the Eight of Wands in reverse, one sec. And the Three of Wands. So, okay. It's kind of like coming up after this energy here, after them really realizing how they have been affected by others. It's like there's more of that here. Wow. I feel like this is just going to be a very big realization for them here. I mean, the Six of Wands and the Five of Wands, that's them really seeing how they've been affected by others and them really not liking that. And seeing that this is what has kept them from moving forward, that this has kept them stuck in a way, stuck in this waiting energy, waiting to see what is going to happen. Or waiting to, just sitting there, just thinking about what they would want, thinking about, you know, what their wish fulfillment is and not really going after it. I feel that with this Three of Wands, that this is them also looking now in a new direction. See how it's very interesting that the Two of the Wands here are behind him. The man in the image here, and he's holding on to one of the wands. So it's like he's, you know, wants to hold his own wand, just one, which is himself, his individuality, rather than being affected by all these other people. And looking forward at his own ship, like it's my life, it's my ship. That's exactly how this is coming through here. Especially being right under the Two of Wands. Okay. So yeah, it's interesting again, like it doesn't feel like it's, it might not sound to you that it's so specific for their energy towards you, but this is very, very relevant. Like ultimately this is, you know, their energy towards you is going to be affected by this energy that they're in right now that's coming through in this message. So let's see for the feminines what is coming up. The Nine of Swords in reverse, which is good. So you're going to get out of your headspace here. I see you moving in that direction. Like really, you know, realizing that, yeah, you know, it doesn't have to be as hard as I'm making it. It is hard, but it doesn't mean that I'm stuck. It doesn't mean that I'm trapped. I have choices too. And look at that, the Knight of Wands and the Lovers. And I'm really getting with this Lovers here that this is actually concerning yourself. Like, this is you getting out of your own headspace, getting out of your, feeling stuck on this journey, and then picking up again where you left off, really moving forward towards this union with yourself, or finding that love within yourself, which ultimately will help lead to union with your divine counterpart. But that's okay. That is secondary at the moment. What's important is that you are going to feel like you are back on track on your journey. And it's going to be from a place of love. It's going to be from a place of having accepted this connection for what it is. And then you're moving on from that standpoint and from that perspective, which means it's also going to be more authentic for you. And so I do see a lot of mirroring here between the masculine and the feminine. So wow, this is actually very, very positive. Okay, and for those of you that I know are going to be wondering, let's see if there's any actions, at least from the masculine, in the near future. So again, keep in mind, it's just a week or two. So let's see. Any more specific actions here rather than just their mindset? The Queen of Wands. Well, that is you. That is the divine feminine here. And this is them desiring you, wanting you, thinking of you, and really moving in that direction. And I feel like Spirit wants me to leave it at that. Okay, so just know that everything I said here is relevant to them moving towards their divine feminine. And again, it's okay if you don't want to believe that and you want, to think that or to believe that your masculine is in King of Pentacles in reverse and the Emperor in reverse. That's completely okay too, because at this point it doesn't really matter as long as you are accepting the love. You're accepting that there is love there, okay, in this connection, and your feelings that there's love from your end especially. Okay. So let's see. What are the final messages, please, for the feminines that this was resonating for? And please do give me a like if this resonated for you. It would mean a lot to me. Okay. And we have a change in the wind. Change is coming. There's going to be change. So you will see that change. I feel like it's going to be as soon as that knot is tied. What did I just say? Untied is what I meant to say. We have orphaned. Get one more. I feel like that change is actually going to be you not feeling in this orphaned energy. You taking control here with the Yang. You being able to be in control of your life. You seeing that action. You seeing forward movement that you're not seeing right now. Okay, whether it be from your divine counterpart or even from yourself or just in general in the union energy. But it totally could be just for yourself. Right? You're going to feel like you are in control here. And this feeling abandoned, this feeling alone, this feeling like whatever it is that you're feeling that's negative is going to be changed. And not only that, I feel like this change is just going to be an overall change, because I pulled this card, for actually for the both of you, for the masculine and the feminine together. So this is definitely going to be very positive change that is coming up. Alright guys, those were your messages. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon. Much love.